Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV. Time once again for a preview of the Tour of Oman. The race season is up and running and full steam ahead for the races. The peloton's been scattered across the four corners of the globe so far this year, and this upcoming week, no difference. Tour of Oman, sorry. 6 stages. And some very tough climbs out on the race course, maybe the helios of the early season stage races, and an opportunity for us to see who might shine in the Grand Tours to come later in the year. Last year won by Vincenzo Nibali, and he went on to win the Giro d'Italia. He paved the way for his victory on the slopes of the Queen Stage, which will be the same this year. Green Mountain is the top of the last climb, in a heated battle with Romain Bardet in 2016. Nibali not there this year at the Tour of Oman, choosing to race elsewhere, but Romain Bardet will be back with a host of other GC aspirants. Is that a word? Only 2 sprint stages, so not a huge strong field for the sprinters, but 4 other stages. Green Mountain, probably GC day, but if you take those 3 stages out, 3 stages for breakaway specialists and other strong riders of the peloton. Riders such as Rui Costa and Greg Van Avermaet will also be there. Number of Americans going to start the Tour of Oman this year. Larry Warbath on a new team, Aqua Blue Sport. Dan Eaton, Chris Jones, Gavin Mannion from United Healthcare, and Tyler Farah, from the Dimension Data Squad, all doing the Tour of Oman. It's going to look to be, to me anyways, a GC battle between a couple of Grand Tour hopefuls, let's say, for 2017. Fabio Aru is one of them, already has a Grand Tour in his list of wins, and Romain Bardet, who was second in last year's Tour de France. So Romain Bardet looking eventually in his career to move up one place in the Tour de France hierarchy, and it might be the only Frenchman racing currently capable of doing that. I think it's going to still be a few years before Romain Bardet could be legitimately considered a Tour de France favorite, at least until Chris Froome is done with his reign, which I don't think is going to end in 2017. Chris Froome going for Tour de France win number 4 in his career in this year's Tour. Be that as it may, what I think is going to happen is a GC showdown between Aru and Bardet. And Bardet's second last year, I think he's going to go one better, especially in the absence of Vincenzo Nibali, and actually win what would be only his second stage race victory in his career. Fabio Aru, like I said, already a Grand Tour winner in the Vuelta a España a couple of years ago. Aru focusing on the Giro d'Italia this spring and will not be contesting the Tour de France. So I expect Aru to be a little bit ahead of his schedule last year, and should provide Romain Bardet with very tough competition. But Bardet on Green Mountain has been exceptional in last year's race, and I think that if we believe his own words, that he's had a great winter, feels stronger than ever, very motivated to race, looking forward to the Tour of Oman, and is going to be tough to beat in my estimation. Amongst the sprinters, Alexander Kristoff and Tom Bonin will be on the start line, and it's looking like stages 1 and 6 should be for the sprinters, flat run-ins to the finish for those. I'm going to say Bonin gets another win. He's already had a win so far this year in the Tour of San Luis, and I think Alexander Kristoff's going to get the other one, which leaves 3 stages for the riders that can hang tough on the hills and have a finishing kick. That's almost as fast as the best sprinters, and Greg Van Avermaet is maybe one of the most likely candidates when you look at his attributes as an athlete. Rui Costa as well. And so I expect them to get a couple of stage wins, those two riders. And one stage winner to be determined in the future. Hard to predict all the stage winners, but there's 5 out of 6 for you. Tour of Oman, maybe the best of the Middle Eastern stage races. Tour of Qatar has been canceled for the time being, and it's the most dynamic course, the most technical and difficult, and a lot of flat races. Pancake flat, if we think about the Tour of Qatar. But be that as it may, Tour of Oman's a great race. I'm going to be glued to every day and looking at the results and trying to find, as I'm sure a lot of my viewers are, television coverage of what is a great stage race. Not easy to do in the United States, but I will have a full wrap-up afterwards on the next, not this coming Groom Wagon, but the next one. And best of luck to all the riders, and pretty solid group of 5 Americans. Let's see what they can do in the Tour of Oman. All right, everybody, please follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Let's keep the comments civilized and positive. Not easy, I know, but let's try our best. Thumbs up are greatly appreciated. To subscribe, click on my face. To get merchandise, click on the t-shirt. And please provide me with all your comments. Who do you think is going to win the Tour of Oman? Thanks a lot, everybody.